Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss one more topic in depth, that is your string methods. I'm making a series on front-end development interviews for this current year where I'm covering React and JavaScript for now, right? Every year the pattern of interview questions gets changed. So knowing the trend which is ongoing is very important. I always keep myself involved in interview process. So in this series, you will find the latest pattern of questions which are generally asked to the front-end developers, right? Uh, so if you are looking out for career opportunities, interviews, so this series will definitely gonna help you a lot in cracking the interviews for the good companies, right? So coming to companies, right? No company is good or bad, right? Either you're working for product-based company or an established MNC or a startup. They all pay you. You learn there. You always go yourself there, right? So quoting which company is good or is bad is not actually good, right? Anyways, coming to back to our topic, right? That is our string methods. So almost in every interview, right, you will be asked to explain the string methods. You also need to require to use these methods on daily basis if you're working on live projects, right, in your respective companies or you're learning. So you need these methods everywhere. So coming to the specific topic, basically there are 22 methods, string methods, which are used. I will explain methods which are most important for the interviews and that are used in daily basis if you're working on any project or you are learning, right? So let's get started. So the first method is your char at. Okay. So what this method does? So char at is a method that returns the character from the specified index. So let's take an example. Right? So first of all, let's take a string. Let demo string is equals to, let's take some name. Let's take our name as Intel, right? Now what is how we can use caret method, right? So let's take an example with a console.log. We will do here demo string, which is the string that we have taken above, right? Now we will do char at. Okay, so basically it's a method that returns the character from a specified index. So what does that mean? Let's suppose a case I want to know the index of this t, right? Or how will I know it, right? So I will pass an index over here. So this will give me what is located at that specified index. So suppose I want to know what is located at the index of 2. Okay, let's see. Let's clear the console first. Let's reload. So here you can see it gives us the t value, right? So 0, 1 and 2. So this is gives us 2. So one more thing I want to tell you, right, where I'm just getting these methods, right? So there's the easiest way where you can find all the methods of the strings. Let's say let's take a string, right? So this is a string. So if you'll take a string in your console and you will just put your this, right? So now, yeah, so this, if you do a dot over here, so you will find all the methods which are there, right? Add, big, blink, bold, char, all the n number of methods you will find over here, right? So these methods are coming from the prototype of our string method, right? Okay, now let's go to the second example. Let's comment it out. I'm just not removing this just for the sake that we can reference it above again, right? Now the second example, the concat method. So the concat method joins two strings. So let's say I want to join two strings. Let's take an example. So we have a demo string, right? So if I'll do concat, okay, concat method. So I want to join two strings like this. I want to join with this, right? I want to say I want Intel, right? I want to say work. Let's see what this gives us, right? This gives us Intel work, right? So Intel and work. So JavaScript has joined this string with this string, right? Now if we want to separate between two words, right? So it's not the case that every time you want to you don't want the separator, right? So for the separation you can do this. The first argument, the first value would be your separator. Now let's see if we are separating it with an empty space. Now let's see what it gives. It gives us an intel work, right? Now separator could be anything. It can be your dash, okay, it could be your comma, right? This is how we separate our concatenated strings. Okay, cool. Now let's comment it out, paste here again. Now the third method would be your starts with. So the starts with method returns true if a string starts with a specified string. So let's say starts with, right? Starts with. So I want to check whether my demo string, right, which is intel, does it start with your I or not? Let's say I. Okay, let's see what it gives to us. It gives true. So it's saying, yeah, your demo string starts with your I. Now if I do capital I, right, it will give us false. Why? Because your starts with method is case sensitive, right? So you know that ASCII value of capital I, ASCII value of small I are different. So that is the reason that is giving you a false, right? So this is case sensitive, keep in mind. Okay, now if I do S, definitely the answer is false. It will give us false, right? Yeah, true, right? Now we will just remove this. Now you will comment it out, okay, for the future reference. Now the next method would be your ends with. It is similar to your starts with, as name says, that tells you, right? Ends with. The ends with method returns true if a string ends with a specified string. Otherwise, it returns you false, right? So ends with, right? So ends with. Let's say it does my demo string ends with S. The answer is no, right? It does not ends with S, false. Does it ends with L? Yes, it ends with L, right? Does it ends with capital L? It yeah, it does not ends with your capital L. So this is your ends with method, right? Now the next method is your index of method. Okay, the index of method returns the position of the first occurrence of the value in a string, right? So this method returns -1 if the value is not found. And keep in mind, this method is always case sensitive. Let's take an example. Demo string index of. So now I want to say what is the index of my I, right? So it will tell you the index of our I is 0, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What's the index of my L? Should be 4. 4, right? Let's pass a value which is not existing in our demo string. Let's pass the value as D, right? So what will give us? -1. As I've told you, if the string is not found, it will give us the value as -1, right? So commenting it out next. So the next method would be your includes method. All right. So yeah, the include method returns true if a string contains a specified string. Otherwise, it returns false. And this method is also your case sensitive. Let's take an example of it. If I say includes, and does this method includes our intel? Let me check. Clear the console. Yes, this returns me true. Let's say if I do int, right? So now they are not matching, right? So what does it give us? What should it give us, right? It should give us false or true. It will give us true because it will check from the int itself. If it finds the int, it will return us true itself. Let's try. Yeah, true, right? Now if I do intd, so it will give us a false value, right? So this is how it works. Okay, now commenting it out, pasting it again. The next method is last index of. Okay, so the last index of method searches the string from end to the beginning itself, right? And this method returns -1, I mean -1, if the value is not found. This is also your case sensitive method. Let's say last index of, right? So I want to say I will pass the value as L. Okay. Now clear the console. It will say the value of L is your 4, right? So this is how it works. If the value is not present over here, so it will give you -1, correct? Okay. Now the next would be your uh, I can't relate it. Yeah, it's match. Yeah. So what does match does? The match method matches a string against a regular expressions. I'll come to the regex actually. So it basically matches a specified string against a regular expression. Okay. The match method basically returns an array with the matches, and if the match is not found, it will return you a null value. Let's take an example. uh, I'll tell you, if I say match, right, and if I do here, it will accept a regex expression. Okay, so regex expression like this. Okay, it is like this, and if I do like this, and if I do a dash z and global, right? So now I'll do save. Okay, so see, nothing is present between capital A and capital Z. Okay, so that is why it is giving us a null value. Fine. So as I have told you, this is also your case sensitive. Now see, I have done small a, small z. This is our, so this Intel, okay, comes and comes between A and Z, right? So that is why I'm saying these values comes matches our regex expression. Like if I'll do a to I, okay, so it will give me only those values which is matching between a and I, right? So this is our match method, and this method basically you will use when you are doing validations like email validation, or you are doing number validation. So they are expressions, they are inbuilt expressions, so you can use them directly. Okay, so there you will use these expressions. The next would be your repeat. Okay, so the repeat method returns a string with a number of copies of a string. This method basically returns a new string. All right, it does not override the existing your string. It returns a new string, and it does not change the original string. Let's take an example of it. So guys, the video was getting long, and my motto is to keep videos crisp and to the point. So I have written rest of the methods and I'll explain you, right? So next is your repeat. So the repeat method returns a string with a number of copies of a string. This method basically returns a new string, okay? And this does not change the original array. Let's see over here. So see, okay, so demo string, so till here we have done, and this I'm continuing up. Okay, demo string dot repeat. So suppose I want to let's delete it from here and cut it and paste it from here. Okay, so let's say I want to repeat my this demo string 3 times. So what I will do, I will do demo string dot repeat 3 times. If you see over here, it will give us Intel. Now if you want to repeat 2 times, it will give you, sorry, not 3 again, it's 2. It will give us 2 times. So this is basically to repeat the strings. Okay. Now next is your replace method. Okay, the replace method basically searches a string for a value or a regular expression basically. The replace method returns a new string with the values replaced. I'll show you. Let's see. Demo string replace int and abc. So what it's saying, replace my int with your abc. Let's see what it shows. If you can see, it has replaced int with your abc. Okay, so abcl. Now if you want to replace only I, now let's see, it gives us abc and I is gone, ntel. Okay, this is how our replace works. Okay, now next method, which is very important, okay, is your slice method. So the slice method extracts a part of string and returns the extracted part of a new string. And keep in mind, this is a very important, slice method does not change the original array. Okay, so here, right, demo string dot slice 1 comma 3. So what is 1 and what is 3? Okay, so 1 is the starting point from where we need to extract our string. Okay, so 1 is counted, just keep in mind 1 is counted, and 3, it's saying till 3. So in this slice method, the third index of the string won't be counted. If you see over here, it's saying nt. Let's see, 0 1, so 1 is counted. Okay, 1 2 3, 3 is your e. So till 3, like till like n and t. So so this index won't be counted. Just before this index is 2, till 2 it will count. Okay, so it will say, you can just imagine one less than this, right? So if it's 3, it will count 2. If it's 4, it will count 3. Let's do it as 4. Now it will also count one more character, that would be your e. You can see nte. So again, I'm repeating myself, this value is counted and this value won't be counted. It will start from this value and end on this value. Okay, but this value won't be counted. All right, so this is our slice method. Okay, now coming to the next method, which is also important, it's just split method. So let's say, I'll tell you what is split method first. Okay, so the split method splits a string into its substrings. I mean, let's see, I want to split this demo string, right? I want to split this intel, right? What I will do, demo string dot split. Let's see what this split gives us. See, it will split all the strings like I individual and individual to its substrings intel, and now we can do anything with this value, anything with this value. So this is basically used for splitting our strings. Okay, the next method you will use daily. I'll just tell you how it works. So if you can see, this is written in lowercase. Now I want to write this value in the uppercase. So this is the uppercase, see, intel, right? So it will convert all the values, all the strings into its uppercase value. Okay, now if I want to do it for the lowercase, if I'll do like intl, okay, I want to convert this value into lowercase, right? So lowercase will convert all the values into lowercase. See, intel, right? Fine. So this is very easy, right? Nothing much to explain over here. Okay, now next is here trim. Trim, basically what it does, okay, let's say, let's take an example, right? So when we work on live projects, right, so we have a bunch of string which is coming, and I want to trim that specific string. Let's say I have this empty space over here and I have empty space over here. So this trim will basically remove all the white spaces before and after the string. An example, if I see, if you will do save, right? So if you can see, this string, this white space and this white space is removed from this, right? So if I do so, now it removes from the first and it removes from the end itself. So now you want to remove from the starting, but you don't want to remove from the end. You want to remove from the end, right? Yeah. Now in this way, if I use this, right, so this will basically remove the white spaces from the starting, not from the end itself. Let's take an example. See, right? So you can't able to see because this window is starting from here itself. If you can see, this white space is completely gone over here, right? Now if I want that it should keep in the starting and should remove in the end itself, so I will do trim end. So based on your requirements, right, you will use all these functions. Now see, this space is coming over here, right, and from this it has trimmed the value of the empty spaces. Okay, so this is the string methods that you're gonna use on the daily lives. So I'll tell you which are the most important methods that are must required to practice. So char, yeah, it is used but not that much. Concat is very important. Please make a note and practice that in various conditions. Start with is not that important, but yeah, you should know it. Index of, you will find it on every loops. So index of is very important. This is also very important. So this would be used like when the API response is coming, right? So in the API you are mentioning that this catalog is not present. So from this, right, you will able to check whether that specific string is present in my response or not. So this is very important. Okay, last index, yeah, it's important but not that much. You will get to know later. Match is okay, fine. Repeat is not used that much. Replace, yes, you should practice this replace method. Slice, very. Split is very important. This is very important and this is very easy. No, nothing big to learn over here. Trim is important. Yeah, this is very important. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So please hammer these methods on your head, on your mind. They would gonna use on daily basis, right? So yeah, so this is for the string methods. Okay, and yeah, I am not skipping anything. I am not nothing much to tell now. Okay, so that's all from my side for today, guys. So if you like this video, or if this video had given something to learn, I would request you to please hit a like button and subscribe to my channel. That really will help me a lot to make more videos like that. Okay, please subscribe and please hit a like button. Thanks for staying with me for so long and tolerating me for such a long period. Till then, have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Have a great day ahead.